What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well today, and welcome to a very special video, end of an era video, I would say. This is the last time I will probably ever be on current OEM bikes. The new OEMs are meant to release today in the evening. I think about 7, 8-ish PM my time, probably about 2-ish, 1-ish PM in the US. So it should be a very, very exciting stuff. So we're going to go out with a bang today. We are playing a brand new release, which is LACR, created by Slabs. This is Slabs' first track release in about a year. He's been a little bit AFK for a while, so good to see him back on the grind of things. And I think this track needs no introduction. You know, everybody who has anything to do with motocross at this point knows what this track is. I don't think we've had a version in game before, though, at least in this game. I did have a quick search before going live on this, and I didn't find another version of it at all. This track it's in Track They Are already as one of the base tracks in there. I think it's had a couple of versions in Dynamic Simulator as well. So really popular, really well known. We've got the normal track, and we've also got the Vets track as well. Slabs did say that I think it's this here, this little double table section, which is, I think, essentially just like a double-double in real life. It's very easy just to fully send in game, but there's nothing you can really do about that. You know, the game is the game. We go as fast as we can, and that's about it. So hopefully we can have a bit of fun riding around here. I think I actually might have been this section here where you just go full send and, like, instead of going double, you send that and probably downside about here. So that's going to be fun. Try and hit some big boy 450 lines. And the ruts look really nice. Look like they'll hold you incredibly well. Can't wait to get the bike cranked over for the very last time before we get a little bit slippery on the back end. So without further ado, we'll spin some laps and have a good time. I think this will also be the last time I get to run this beautiful Team Great Britain skin as well. If you haven't seen, and you somehow haven't been on Instagram or seen like Discord posts, etc., of how Nations went yesterday, then I will spoil it for you right now. Team Great Britain did manage to get the win, although I feel like I wanted to make it incredibly hard for us in my last race, Moto 3, because I was hitting the choke button. I lost about 50 seconds in the last couple of laps, but Aqua and Tyler done their part, done really, really well, and carried me across the finish line, so thank you very much, boys. So yeah, Great Britain, best team in the game. For the next year at least. We're going to Ironman next year, so it'll be interesting to see if the US team can win it back on home soil, and I think that's going to be a really, really exciting round as well. So I'm looking forward to another year of racing, another year of loving and hating this game at the very, very same time. So fingers crossed next year's going to be a good one. We'll have Supercross, of course, as always, GPs, AMA outdoors. I'm excited for it. It should be good. And I keep saying this each year. When each season starts, I'm always very on the edge of, do I want to compete or just do it from a commentating perspective? And I always say, as long as I feel like I have chances of getting wins, I want to compete. And I still think I do. Genuinely. I feel good at the game right now. That could completely change, to be fair, by the end of today, because we get in new bikes, which means a new meta switch, a new way of learning how to play the game. It's not going to be as fast, I don't think. It's not going to be crank the bike over and hold the trigger down. It's going to take a lot more finesse. Suspensions might change completely. The fastest bike's probably going to change, I hope, because I'm sick to death of Austrian bikes at this point, I'll be completely honest. Even if I had to go back to the Yami from Beta 18 era, happy to do so. But it should be interesting. I'm probably going to stream later tonight to just everybody so we can get an idea and see what bikes are good, what bikes are bad. Just do some public lobbies together and just mix and match between a bunch of different bikes, get everyone's opinions on them. It could be painful, could be a stressful experience trying to essentially learn the game again. But I do like that. I like that the game is constantly changing in a way where you have to, I guess, stay on your toes. It's no different than like a new Call of Duty coming out or a new FIFA coming out, etc. And there's new metas and ways to essentially do better than your opponents. So very, very excited for that. So for Mr. Slabs right here, this track here, obviously we've got the Pro track, we've got the Vets track, just so I can get the name in right. We're on the normal Pro track right now. This one does have timing. However, he said with the Vets one, he didn't put any time on it. Just, I think more so just because of how unrealistic the lines and things like that are. But we don't mind that at all. Track is completely free as well, which we love to see. It's nice seeing some high quality tracks like this. The texturing looks really nice and pretty, very organic. Nothing looks too like repetitive at all. You can't see the repetitions of textures. It all looks like it's nice and fluent, merging with each other on track. Very, very different to the off track, so easy to see where you're going, even without like a bunch of bows or markers or anything like that. So it does give it a very, I want to say, it's local cross probably isn't the right word, but, you know, very, very practice tracky feel. It doesn't feel like it's been suited up to basically resemble a pro national, which it shouldn't do. You know, it should look basically like this. Let's send this bad boy. I think if I was to downside that jump better, I could probably then triple this and then just single my way out of this section. The ruts hold you really well. Oh, that's the second lap in a row I've done that. I'm sorry. Just trying to get my head around the layout. Now, a bunch of you, I guarantee, watching this, have ridden this track in real life. And I like when you get quite popular tracks that get released in this game, because they can kind of get the best, I guess, criticism from people. So, for example, I went and watched the MX of Nations in real life at Matley. So then seeing what JV created in game the week after, it was a bit more special to me to see how good of a job he'd done in replicating it, and he's done a really, really good job. A really good job indeed on it. So I imagine from your guys' perspective, if you are a Cali rider in general and LACR is one of your local tracks and you go here quite often, then you can probably see, okay, has he done a good job? Does this jump kind of flow like it would in real life? Is this corner at the right angle? Is the elevation right? So on and so forth. And honestly, just riding around it in game seems like a really, really fun track, and one that I'd be quite happy to try and ride in person as well. I want to go riding in America at some point in my life. When that's going to happen, I really don't know, because I've also been toying with the idea of going to the MX of Nations next year when it's in Ironman. It's just weighing up the decision of, it's going to be expensive. I can't just go for like the 4 days, especially with the travel time. I'm going to be absolutely knackered by the end of it. So I'd probably have to turn it into a full week. And then it's like, who am I going with? At the obviously cost of the flights and that will not be cheap. The accommodation, it all kind of adds up just for an MX Nations event. But then at the same time, I don't know how many chances I'm going to get to go to America and possibly meet some of you Americans that I would never have a chance to meet in person otherwise. Because at the Nations that just happened, you know, I met people from Germany, Sweden, Brazil, UK, of course, and it's just nice meeting people from all different walks of life, that we have this one common interest in playing a certain video game, and it is good. I really do enjoy it, even as socially awkward as I am. It's good practice for me, getting to talk to new people as well. Trying to see, I think I'll do another lap around here, because I've just hit the finish line. It's at the top of that hill. I'm going to have a look and see. Oh, did not expect the front end to go there. Okay, I must have cut down a little bit too hard. I'm going to do another lap around here, and then I'm going to try the Vets track out as well. So it is nice when you get more than just one track released at the same time, essentially. Even though it doesn't have timing, we can still have a ride around, because I really want to try sending that tabletop to tabletop that I was eyeing up at the beginning. We'll send it up here. This one is a... Oh, god damn it, I keep forgetting where I am on the track. That was alright though, managed to survive it. Suspension tanked that. Slow down to this inside. I do like that. So when there are sharp insides like this, he hasn't made the inside ruts as deep as on other parts of the track to actually give you some option to go around the outside as well, to not make it too outside dominant. So he's done a good job of just making things even by the looks of it as well. I need to check up for this tabletop and get cranked over in this middle rut. I exited it a little bit early, and some of these jumps, you can't see the landing as you take off, and they're at a slight angle, so it's going to take a little bit of memorization just to know fully where you go. And if you're not a local and don't fully know already, but yeah, ruts like this one here, really well built. You can get fully lent over there. Going to double our way into this section. About this outside, look how big that outside is. I imagine you can route that so hard and then just go full send this bad boy, land to flat, which the landing to flat should be even easier, I think, when the new OEMs drop. At least on all the previews that came out, even if I wasn't a fan of maybe the rear end sometimes, or the way that the bike moved, I love the front end on each and every one. The front ends feel so planted and so stable. Maybe overly stable, I don't know. That is something that will only come with like weeks worth of testing and everybody else's inputs, we shall see. I'm hoping they went back to more kind of preview 3-ish, because I really did enjoy the preview 3s. The preview 4s just weren't it for me. There you go, there is the main track. Let me just do a quick little beeline all the way over here. Is that... Hang on, I don't know if this is like a construction conveyor at the top of this hill. Can I get up here, or is this like the edge of the map? Am I going to fall out of the world if I come up here? No, I'm not. Okay, yeah. So it is a little bit of industrial stuff. I thought from a distance this almost looked like an FMX ramp that you could ride up and then send, but I was very much mistaken. This is a good view. That could be screenshotable. That looks quite nice. So this here, I don't know if this is like a novice track or a kid's track at all. I suppose let me do one very quick lap before I go onto the vets track. So come along here, double this as well. Slow down into this corner. There you go. This track's more my kind of speed if I was to ride in real life. Nice and easy and straightforwards. No ruts, no bumps, just very, very smooth jumps. Round to the left, up and over that. Yes, definitely it's got to be a kid's track. Send that, little double as well. Round to the right. There you go. There's a lap of that track done for you. So now let me actually go to the vets track. So it starts here. Yep, starts here. It goes alongside that one. So this is, yeah, okay. That makes sense. So I scrubbed that, hit it very slowly, and I still faced the free. So I am going to absolutely full send that next lap around. And there's a chance that I end up meeting my demise, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. That's the joy of playing a video game as well. You don't get that fear of going to hospital, going to A&E like you do in real life. Which is an interesting topic. Someone mentioned during the MX Nations live stream yesterday, it was like lap times in game always like 15 seconds or so quicker than real life. And a lot of the time the answer is yes. Supercross tracks can be close-ish to the real life times because there's not that much of a separation unless you're hitting big quads compared to real life. But yeah, on the motocross side of things, we don't have the fear of crashing. We can just send it as fast as we want everywhere. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, we just quickly respawn. So yeah, a lot of the time the lap times will be incredibly quick compared to real life. And there's only so much track creators can do from that perspective, because the game gets to a point where if it's too rough, you just won't be able to get around the track properly. The bike will just explode on you at random points where, okay, I didn't see where the downside was there of that hill, so I had no idea where we were going. This vets track is definitely easier in terms of feel. He hasn't made it like as rough or as rutty at all. Right, here we go. Hang on, let's send this. Hey, have I seen video? Is this where I've seen videos online of people sending like ridiculous quads in real life, or is that a different track that I'm thinking of? That quad was incredibly clean. That was almost perfect. Love that. You've built that very, very well, Slabs. Thank you. Take off the tabletops. Really nice. Oh yeah, I've seen some sort of an American track with this sort of colour. I guess this track and like Parlour, for example, have very, very similar like dirt textures as well. And as not being a native, I obviously don't know, but I swear I've seen some videos online of people hitting a massive like send after a little downhill. So maybe, yeah, maybe it is this one. Maybe I've seen a little bit of this track unintentionally. We shall see. But no, that's more of a triple there, isn't it? And it's just a tabletop. So there is some big boy jumps around this track. So whilst the actual layout of it does feel a little bit more tame than the main one, it's still really, really enjoyable. Look around to the left in that rut. I would say both of these tracks, genuinely, if you are newer to the game and you're kind of bored of stock tracks, whether it be forest or club or whatever, and you want to kind of move up to the next level and what you should be practicing on, by all means, give tracks like this a go, because it's not disgustingly difficult with breaking bumps or hard ruts. You can definitely take your time and just work on what you need to improve. It's really enjoyable and it's flowy, and even for someone like me who's got almost 4,000 hours in the game now, it's still a fun time. I love having stuff like this. That one jump there is a perfect representation of not every track in real life works well in-game. There's always going to be bits that will ride differently, and like I said, you haven't got the fear of going to the hospital. Now, I know that there are crazy people out there in real life that have probably sent one to the other, but some of us have fear. So that's why you probably won't get it too often in real life. And a lot of tracks in the UK, for example, end up being just like too small or too skinny and narrow to be that good in bikes. They have to be upscaled quite a lot to be fun. And so, yeah, if ever you do go down the rabbit hole of building tracks and you do want to make a replica, don't be disheartened if you do have to kind of botch it a little bit here and there and scale things up to make it enjoyable in game. Otherwise, you might just end up with a 125 track, because we do end up with a few of those on realistic tracks. But sometimes 125 tracks can be really enjoyable as well. They've all got their own place. Oh, what's this? Hang on, is this a little ad that I see on the left? Wheels in Motion. If that is a new number, I do apologise to Wheels in Motion for the calls that you might get. Hopefully it's not a real number. Let's send this bad boy downside that. Then we step down this hill all the way to the corner. I want to see how fast we can hit this. Yeah, you can go pretty fast around these berms. Pretty quick indeed. Back end stepping out. I need to get used to that for later today for the new OEMs. Scrub down this. We're in 5th gear. Just send it as fast as you can. dab the back brake a little bit to pitch the front end down, downside that perfectly, lovely stuff. Overall, genuinely really solid track. Very fun, very enjoyable, and a good comeback for Mr. Slabs, I think, as well. It's nice seeing him uploading again after so long, and hopefully we'll see some more from him in the future, unless he's taking another little hiatus from us. But really good, very solid, and just high quality as well. You know, like, height map's really enjoyable. Both tracks are fun to ride. The texturing looks really nice as well, and it's just simple and good fun all around. Thank you very much, Slabs. Thank you all of you for watching. If you did enjoy, then by all means drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more. It's very much appreciated. And I'll catch all of you later for some new OEM bike live stream action, and we'll see what new pain and suffering we're in for at that point. So have a lovely day. Catch you guys next time. Peace.
Lynn's in the zone, never backing down. Riding MX bikes, he's the talk of the town. 2022 champ with a YouTube crown. His game is tight, no signs of slowing down. Late nights, bright lights, he's chasing that fame in the digital arena. Writing his name, she's a 10 out of 10. Supporting his lane, hairline might receive, but his passion's the same.